Hi, Skies family, and welcome back to our beautiful community within the skies. So, today our theme is called I Am Enough. And to be honest, I know that a lot of people are dealing with a lot of things on different levels. And I just felt like this practice could be a gentle reminder that you are validated within your emotions, you're validated in how you're feeling, which I have learned through therapy over the years, and also adding on to that, that you are worthy, that you have the skills, you have the talent, you have the capabilities, that you have a wonderful personality, qualities towards yourself or to yourself, and just hopefully that can resonate and that you are needed within this space, you're needed within this world. So even as a person that deals with constant self-doubt and critique, and I've dealt with panic attacks and anxiety for a large portion of my life, I hope that can humanize your experience to some degree, as I know that there can be a lot of unhealthy thoughts and habits that sometimes just creep their way into your space, and sometimes that can stifle you, whether that be through internal or also like external factors that can affect that. So I hope this practice can support you along that journey and within that space. So go ahead and grab anything that you need that can support you physically in the practice, and I will see you on your mat. So once you have everything that you need for the practice, we'll go ahead and begin on our back just to ground a little bit more. And if this posture is a little bit too open to start, you can always take another posture that feels better. You can stay upright in our easy seated pose, or if you just want to do something else that feels a little bit more comfortable, just know that you can do that, having options and autonomy within your own body. So go ahead and come down if that is your choice for today. And you can bring along any pillows or blankets. So if you want to pad your knees with some pillows or blankets, you can do that for some support or taking tension off of your lower back. If you want to place a pillow behind your head, you can do that as well. So we'll go ahead and make our way down to our mat, taking your time to get there. The feet can remain on the mat, or if you want to extend the legs out, you can do that. The knees can go out wide if you want to lie on one side of the back or one side of your body. You can also do that as well. So just getting nice and adjusted here, not rushing the process. So getting whatever you need, knowing that there is no rush in this moment. And once you settle down, settling your mind, you can leave your gaze up towards the sky, or if you want to soften your gaze or close your eyes here at this time. And wherever you are, always coming back to our breath, using it as a compass to guide us with how we're feeling. What are we experiencing in our mind and our body? And allowing your breath to be soft, relaxing your shoulders. And if you're lying down, drawing them towards your mat, away from the ears. And wherever you are, feeling firm within the foundation of your body. With every exhale, letting your stress, letting your thoughts release. And we'll slowly come into our 3-part breath by inhaling for 3 and exhaling for 3. And knowing that if this is uncomfortable, just coming back to your normal rhythm. So we'll begin by inhaling through the nose for 1, 2, 3. Holding here for a second. Feel the belly rise. Exhale, let it go. For 1, 2, 3. Release the belly down as it deflates. Inhale for 1, 2, 3. Hold for a second. Exhale out of the mouth for 1, 2, 3. This time on your own. Hold and exhale. And slowly begin to come back to your normal breath. And if the legs weren't extended, we'll extend the legs out. And on the inhale, flex your right foot as you draw the left knee in towards the belly. Wrap the palms around the left shin, hugging it in. Exhale, draw the left knee over towards the left arm or shoulder, opening our hips for our wind release pose. So the right palm can come out to the side, or you can bring it to your right hip. If you need to move the left leg from side to side, we can do that. And on the inhale, slowly bring the left knee back in towards the chest, hugging it in slightly. Relax your shoulders down towards the earth. And release the left foot down to meet the right. Flexing your left foot, engage your left thigh as you draw the right knee in towards the belly. Wrapping the palms around the shin, hug the right knee in. Maybe you rock it from side to side. And on the exhale, using your right palm, draw the right knee towards the right shoulder. Left arm can come out to the side or on your belly or left hip. Coming back into our wind release pose. On the next inhale, slowly bring the right knee back in, hug it back in towards the chest. And this time the left knee will meet the right, hugging both knees back in. Maybe you rock side to side or take another movement here. And bringing your body back to center. Your neck can stay on the mat or lift it up for a second, coming into a ball. Exhale, gently lower the head back down, lower the knees or feet back down, and we'll come over to one side. So taking our time, bringing the palms down to your mat and slowly pushing the ground away from you as your head comes up last to not startle the body. And we'll all come into our easy seated pose with our legs crossed. So our palms will come up, overhead. Exhale, we'll cactus the arms this time, or goalpost the arms, bringing the elbows back, shine the chest forward. And inhale, reach the arms back up towards the sky. Exhale, draw the elbows down. Holding here as you feel your shoulder blades draw together. And inhale, reach the arms back up. One more time, exhale, draw the elbows down, shine the chest slightly forward. And inhale, reach the arms back up. This time we'll cactus the arms and we'll rotate the palms down towards the mat with the elbows facing back behind us. And on the exhale, draw the elbows back. And on the inhale, release the palms out in front of you, stretching your spine here, rounding it, holding for a second. And next inhale, draw the elbows back, shine the chest forward, hold. Exhale, reach the arms out in front of you. So taking a few more rounds on your own. Move at your own pace. And on the inhale, we'll draw the elbows back one more time. Hold for a second. And then reach the arms up overhead. Palms can connect. And as always, think of one thing that you're grateful for to start your practice. And once you have that sealing, that intention as you draw the palms down to your heart, and in honor of our theme, you can repeat this mantra throughout the practice. that I am enough. And when you're ready, releasing the palms by the sides, and we'll come into our tabletop position. So, patting your knees with a pillow or a blanket or a towel if you have one. And we'll come back into our tabletop position. So, once again, creating that foundation within our body with our shoulders stacked over our wrists, our hips right over our knees, tucking the toes under, releasing tension off of our knee joint as you push the ground away from you here. Engage your core as you draw the navel in. And on the exhale, we'll release into our melting heart. Keep your hips nice and stable as you walk the palms out. Lower the forehead down to your mat. Maybe your chest comes all the way down. Maybe it doesn't. As you hold here. Inhale through the nose and continue exhaling out of your mouth. And on the next inhale, we'll slowly walk the palms back in towards the body. Take your time coming back into your tabletop. So on the inhale, we'll come into our gate pose as you extend the right leg out to the side of your mat. Now I'm just turn around so you can see. And we'll walk the palms back. Reach the arms up overhead. Exhale, release the right palm down towards your right leg. Left arm in line with the left ear. On the inhale, draw the left shoulder back. Open the chest. Maybe you come up slightly, creating more space in the side body if that feels better. Exhale, release the left palm down to your mat. Reach the right arm up to the sky, coming in our modified side plank. Draw the right palm back. And exhale, thread the right arm through the left. Inhale, reach the right arm back up. Exhale, thread the right through the left. So maybe you don't go all the way, but just reaching the arm towards your left and reach the right arm back up. Exhale, thread it through. Inhale, reach the right arm up, ground into that right foot. Draw your navel to spine, engage your core. We'll slowly come up with arms in a T. Take your time and reach the arms back up and exhale. Lower them down. Right knee meets the left. We'll come to the opposite side. Kick the left foot out. Walk the palms back. Use your core coming up. Reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale. Left palm comes to the left leg. Right arm in line with the right ear. Draw the right shoulder back. Just rotating the chest up towards the sky. Exhale, lower the right palm down to your mat as the left arm floats up. So grounded to your left foot and your right palm, lifting yourself up. Exhale, thread the left arm towards the right. So engaging our obliques here as you reach the left arm back up. Exhale, thread the left arm through the right. Inhale, reach the arm back up. And one more time, exhale, thread left through right. Inhale, reach the left arm back up to the sky. Ground into the left foot and slowly come up, arms in a T. Take your time, engage your core. And slowly reach the arms up. Exhale, release them back down. And bring the left knee to meet the right back into your tabletop position. So in our tabletop, we'll tuck the toes under and we'll lift the hips up for a second, holding here. With the knees still bent, we'll shift the hips back. Keep going with our ears right in line with our arms. So you might stay here if the hamstrings are tight, or lower the heels down to your mat. Rooting into your palms, coming into our first downward facing dog. So if you need to pedal out the feet or bend the knees and straighten them, taking any movement that feels good here. And on our next inhale, we'll come back to stillness in your downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees slightly. Gaze comes towards the top of your mat. And we'll begin to walk the feet towards the top. Take your time and come into your forward fold. So soft bend in the knees if you need to here. On the inhale, ground into your feet and slowly come up to stand. Take your time as you push the ground away from you and slowly reach the arms up overhead and exhale, bring them back down by the side into your mountain pose. Holding here for a second as you ground the feet into your mat. Open your chest by bringing the shoulders slightly back. And on our next inhale, we'll interlace the palms. So our palms will face up towards the sky, coming into our palm tree. So on the inhale, we'll go ahead and take our side bend to the right. Draw the left shoulder back. And exhale, we'll slowly come down. So just moving from our torso as we sway our tree to the opposite side. Exhale again, sway, take your time. And we go back to the right in our side bend. And exhale one more time, sway to the left. So really feel your belly engage, moving with intention here in our body. And on the inhale, we'll come back up. And exhale, clasp the palms behind you. Draw the shoulders back. Soften in the knee as we come back into our forward fold. Exhale, release. So on the next inhale with our feet wide, our hips are right over our ankles. We'll slowly push the ground away from you. Our palms are still behind us. So coming into our chair pose variation. So really ground into the feet, lift the chest up, and unclasp the palms as the arms come right in line with the ear for our full chair pose. So looking down at your knees, making sure they're centered and not going outwards to protect your knee joint, sitting back. Exhale, palms come to heart center or to the hips. Ground into the left foot, and we'll slowly hover that right foot off of our mat. Find your balance, come to stand, and exhale. Bring the right leg back behind you, pivoting your foot so it's parallel to the short edge of your mat. You may need to adjust your front knee with our left knee over our ankle, coming into our warrior two. Arms out into a T. Draw the left hip slightly back, opening your inner thighs. Gaze can come towards your left middle finger as you relax the shoulders. Exhale, right palm comes to the right leg. Left arm in line with the left ear for your reverse warrior. Still bend into that front knee. Inhale, come back up, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, come back up, warrior two. This time on the exhale, bring the left elbow to the top of the left thigh. Right arm in line with the right ear for your side angle. So in our side angle, ground into that right foot to lift up. And lifting up out of the shoulders. And inhale, come back into our warrior two, nice and strong. The inhale, arms go out wide and point the toes so they're facing the front of your mat. So you're going to have to shift a little bit. Palms come to the hips, and we'll begin to hinge or flex from our hips. Take your time. Coming into our forward fold. Release. And palms can come down to a mat, or if you have blocks or a pillow, just to ground the palms here. So soften in the knees if you need them, or if you need to, or straighten your legs in your forward fold. Exhale, let everything go. And in this forward fold, really draw the inner thighs together. Draw the belly in. Inhale, left palm will stay to your mat or your block or pillow as the right palm comes towards the right hip. So we'll begin to twist from our torso first. Neck comes up last as you reach the right arm up to the sky for a twist. Exhale, release the right palm down to your mat, forward fold. Inhale, left palm comes to the left hip and begin to twist towards your left. Take your time. Reach the left arm up to the sky and release the left palm down to your mat. Forward fold. Inhale again. Right palm comes to the right hip. Begin to twist. Reach the right arm up to the sky. Exhale. Release the right palm down. Forward fold. Inhale. Left palm comes to the left hip. And reach the left arm up to the sky. Release the left palm down. Forward fold. Soft bend in the knees. On the inhale, we'll all bend the knees as you pivot the toes towards the corner edges of your mat. Knees are wide and begin to come up. Reach the arms up to the sky. So coming into our yogi squat. So our knees are pointing out. We'll tilt the pelvis slightly forward to draw the belly in. Holding here. And if you need to come out of it, you can always straighten the legs and meet us back with our knees bent. Breathing here. And on the inhale, push the ground away from you. Engage your thighs and glutes as you come back up to our 5-pointed star. Exhale, bend the knees. Come back into your yogi squat. And maybe you smile if your legs are shaking. And you can bring the palms to heart center. And you can repeat a mantra or affirmation of your choice. Or come back to this one that's an offering, that I am enough. And on the inhale, reach the arms back up, straighten the legs, and we'll then begin to turn our left foot so it's parallel to the short edge of our mat. Bend into the right knee, coming into our warrior two on our opposite side. So you may need to adjust. And on the exhale, left palm comes to the left leg, right arm in line with the right ear, reverse warrior. Inhale, slowly come back up, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, release the left right elbow to the top of the right thigh. Left arm in line with the left ear for our extended side angle. Ground into the left foot and begin to slowly come up, lifting your chest. And inhale, warrior two. Bend into that right knee. And exhale, cartwheel the palms to frame your right foot. Square off your hips and your lunge. Then we'll step the right leg to meet the left for your plank or lower the knees, modified plank. And exhale, we'll all shift the hips back in our downward facing dog. So if you need to take a child's pose or come back into the melting heart that we did, you can always do that here as well. Taking a moment to reset. And on the inhale, we'll bend the knees and slowly walk the feet towards the top of the mat. Take your time. Coming into your forward fold. So slightly bring the hips forward as you ground into your feet here. Our palms will come behind us, clasping the palms, reaching them up towards the sky. Really opening your chest. Exhale, soft bend in the knees as if we're coming into our chair pose. Lift the chest up, holding here. Inhale, release the arms right in line with the ears for your chair pose. Sitting back as if you're coming into a chair. And slowly come up to stand. Release the palms to heart center. And by the sides in your mountain pose. Exhale, release here. So take this moment to see how your body feels. And on the inhale, we'll sweep the arms up. We'll clasp the palms again, and the palms will face up towards the sky. So coming into our palm tree, on the exhale, we'll sway to the right. And we'll slowly come down. And we'll sway to the left. You're going on your own. Just taking your time as you sway from side to side. And once you make it over or even out both sides, we'll come back up, reaching the palms up towards the sky, and exhale, hinge forward into your forward fold. Palms come behind us once again, clasping the palms as you reach the fist up towards the sky. So if it's okay, if they may not be as high, maybe they're on your lower back, that's okay. And exhale, bend the knees, coming back into our chair. Our knees are nice and square. Draw the belly in and reach the arms in line with your ear for our full chair pose. On the inhale, ground into the right foot, and we'll hover the left foot off of the mat. Flex that left foot. Hold for a second. Come back up to standing. Find your balance. Palms can come to heart center. As you step the left foot back behind you, pivoting it so it's parallel with the short edge of your mat. You may need to walk the right foot out and arms in a T for your warrior two. So our right knee over our right ankle, shoulders relaxed here. Exhale, release the left palm to the left leg, reverse warrior. Inhale, nice strong arms, coming back up, warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. Exhale, the right elbow comes to the top of the right thigh, left arm in line with the left ear. So reaching your arms out in front of you, holding here. And then on the inhale, we'll come back up to our warrior two. Toes will pivot so they're facing the front of our mat. So coming into our forward fold, palms come to the hips as you hinge forward. Take your time. Draw the belly down towards your thighs or towards the mat. When you feel like you've gone far enough, release the palms down towards your pillows or blocks. Soften in the knee if you need. Exhale, letting everything go. On the next inhale, ground into your right palm. Left palm comes to the left hip as you twist for your torso. Reach the left arm up towards the sky. Exhale, lower the left palm down to your mat. And inhale, root into the left palm. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Exhale, lower the right palm down and twist again. This time, left arm comes up. Exhale, release left palm down to mat. Inhale, root into the left palm. Reach the right arm up towards the sky for your twist. Exhale, release your forward fold. Maybe you fold a little bit deeper. Ground into your feet and shift the hips slightly forward. Exhaling, releasing here. This time on your inhale, we'll all bend the knees. Turn the toes out to face the corner edges of our mat. And we'll reach the arms up, coming into our yogi squat once again. So knees go out wide. Engage the core, stay nice and lifted in your chest. Holding here. And on the exhale, push the ground away from you, straighten the legs. Hold here. And exhale, bend the knees. Smiling once again. And on the inhale, straighten the legs. And coming into our 5-pointed star. On the exhale, we'll pivot the right toes to face the short edge of your mat. Turn the left toes to face the front. And bend into your left knee. Warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Right palm to right leg. Left arm in line with the left ear. And inhale, come back. Warrior two. Exhale, reverse warrior. Inhale, warrior two. And this time for our extended side angle, left elbow comes to the top of the left thigh, right arm in line with the right ear. Maybe open your hips a little bit more, sinking a little bit deeper. Since we've warmed up the body, and we'll come back into our warrior two. Inhale, palms will cartwheel down to frame the left foot. Shift the hips so it's facing the front of your mat in your lunge. Step the left foot to meet the right in your plank, or lower the knees, modified plank. So in our plank, shift the weight back into your heels. So holding here for a second, and exhale, come back into your downward facing dog. Exhale, release. And on the inhale, we'll lower the knees. Take your time coming into our child's pose. So the big toes can come together. Your knees can go out wide as you shift the hips back behind you. Arms go out wide. Lower the head down. So if this is too much, or your hips might not go all the way down, you can place a pillow or blocks behind your hips if you need to add some more support. You can also come into our melting heart that we did earlier as an option, keeping the hips level and lowering the forehead down to your mat. And if you need to give your knees a break, you can come into your easy seated pose and let the arms go out in front of you, coming into a forward fold. So just some options here. As we come into our child's pose, we just want to release tension from the lower back. So these poses can do the same thing as your child's pose. So taking this opportunity to recenter the mind wherever you are. And on the next exhale, we'll slowly come back up wherever you are. And we'll take a few rounds of cat-cows. So if you're seated, you can round the spine and bring the chest forward in your cat-cow. And if you're on your knees, you'll come into your tabletop and bring the chest forward for your cow. And exhale, push the ground away from you. Round the spine in your cat. And after taking one more round, we'll slowly come back up and we'll make our way into our camel pose, which is one of my favorite poses to practice. So if you have blocks, you don't have to have them, but if you do have them, just have them nearby by the sides of your mat. But we'll just go through some different variations for whatever you have nearby. So to get into our camel pose, which is a really good heart opener and also just a great way to open the front body, we'll come onto our knees. So patting them if you have sensitive knees. And we'll come upright with our knees hip-width distance apart. So you can do that by bringing two fists and placing them in between your knees as a form of measurement. And you can also place a block or a pillow as well in between your knees to hug the thighs in, just for some more stability. And once you find that position that works well in your hips, we'll begin to place the palms on our lower back. Draw the elbows in towards the center, so like the string is pulling them in. So engage your shoulder blades just like we did in our cactus pose. We'll puff the chest out slightly as you shift the hips slightly forward. Not too far. And you draw the neck back slightly with our ears right over our shoulders. So this might be your camel pose for today. If you feel more comfortable, you can place your palms down to your blocks. So you may need to adjust your blocks on the lower height or the higher height, and you may stay here. If you feel more comfortable today, you can place your palms to your heels. So wherever you are, draw the shoulder blades inwards or to the midline of the body. Engage your glutes to protect your lower back. Shining the chest forward and remembering to breathe. So on the inhale, we'll slowly come out. Bring the palms to your lower back first, taking your time, and we'll slowly come down to our child's pose or our melting heart. So counteracting our back bend here with the forward fold, releasing any tension from your spine. And on the inhale, slowly walk the palms back, and we'll explore this pose one more time in our bodies. So if you want to take another variation, you can. So we'll come back. Our knees, our hips are nice and stable. Bring the palms to the lower back. Draw the elbows, the shoulder blades to center. Release the neck back slightly. Staying here, or lower your palms down to your blocks if you have them, or towards your heels. Holding wherever you are. Draw your belly in. Relax your shoulders away from your ears. Engage your glutes. And remember to breathe. Exhale. Let everything go. And on the inhale, bring the palms to your lower back. Take your time and reset in your melting heart, your child's pose, or your seated forward fold. Then on the next inhale, we'll slowly come back into our tabletop, and we'll take our cow pose, shine the chest forward, and exhale, round the spine, come into your cat. So just take a few rounds here. If you need to move the hips from side to side or take some circles back and forth, you can do that as well. And on the next exhale, we'll come down to our bottom to take our deer pose. So in our deer pose, we'll lower all the way down. So our right knee will be parallel with the long edge of our mat. You can place a block or a pillow under your knee for additional support. Our right foot is flexed. And we'll draw the left foot in towards our groin. And if you have another blanket or pillow, you can place that underneath your left hip for additional support as well. So flex that right hip as you walk the palms out in front of you. Lift up out of the shoulders as you hold here for a slight back bend. And this might be your deer pose for today, or you can hinge forward. Release your forehead down to the forearms or to a pillow or block. So this is a great pose to open up our hips and letting everything release here. And slowly on the next inhale, we'll come back up, taking your time. And we'll swing over to the other side. So I'll turn so you can see me. So this time our left leg will be parallel to the long edge of our mat. We'll flex our left foot. We'll bring a blanket or pillow if you have one underneath your right hip. And we'll bring the right foot in towards our groin. So adjusting yourself, taking your time. Reach the palms out in front of you, holding for a second. Maybe this is as far as you go for today. Or you hinge forward. Release the forehead down to your forearms or a block or pillow in our full deer pose. And on the next inhale, slowly come back up. Take your time. Root into your palms as you lift yourself up. And we'll swing the legs towards the front of our mat, removing your props over to the side. And we'll lower down on our backs, preparing for our recline twist. So coming down, lowering or getting down to your mat however you need to. And when you make your way down, draw the knees in towards the chest. You can wrap the arms around the shins, rocking from side to side. Just for a second. And we'll bring the knees back to center. The arms can come out into goalpost arms or cactus arms, or you can extend them out to the side in a T. And we'll draw the knees over towards the right. So if you need to, you can place a pillow or block underneath the knees, rooting the shoulders down into your mat. The gaze can come up towards the sky or in any direction that feels good here in your twist. Inhaling through your nose and exhale, letting everything go. On the next inhale, slowly use your side body to draw the knees back up. Taking your time, and then on the exhale, we'll lower the knees to the opposite side. And gaze can go in any direction that feels good in your body. On the next inhale, slowly draw the knees back to center. Release the palms around the shins and take gentle rocks once again from side to side. And at this time, if you want to take another pose or posture that feels good in your body, doing so here. So listening to what you need. And taking that authority to do that. And whenever you're ready, we'll bring the knees back to center and lifting the head off of the mat if it feels comfortable, or keep it where it is, coming back into our ball. Holding and exhale, letting everything go as we come into our final resting pose. So lowering the feet down towards your mat. Maybe you stay here with the knees pointed up towards the sky, or extend the legs out in front of you. Maybe you move into a chair or on your bed. So our final resting pose can be any posture that allows us to feel comfortable within our own bodies and to just be. And once you get situated, adding your props, you can close your eyes or keep your gaze open. And always coming back to the breath. As you begin to relax your shoulders, relaxing your palm. Releasing any tension and letting stress go from the back of the legs, the tops of the thighs, your kneecaps, and your shins. Letting the ankles and the feet just be. Releasing any stress from your jaw. Releasing any stress or tension from the forehead. And maybe taking one big breath in And exhaling loudly or audibly out of your mouth. As a sign of releasing, releasing any self-doubt, releasing any self-critique over yourself, practicing compassion towards yourself and all that you have done and accomplished this far. And maybe repeating a mantra or affirmation or anything else that feels comfortable, or the one that has been provided through our practice, that I am enough. So holding on to this as you take a few minutes in your final resting pose. So when you're ready, we'll slowly come back to the present moment. Bring awareness into the body by taking small movements that feel good, whether that be circling the wrists or the ankles, or giving a big stretch overhead. And either staying here in this pose or taking another one, or coming back into our easy seated pose by gently rolling over to one side and taking your time to come up. And wherever you are, we'll conclude our practice with 3 rounds of cleansing breath as a union, as a collective, by inhaling through the nose, exhaling out of the mouth, inhale through the nose, exhale out of the mouth. And this final time on your own. And as always, I would like to thank you once again for joining me on the mat. And I hope that this practice has served you, as always, moving with a little bit more ease and just reassurance or self-reassurance for you as you move along your day, knowing that you are doing enough, that you are enough, understanding and knowing your self-worth within the space, within our community, and within the world. So thank you again, and as always, namaste.